Alright, citizens one and all, welcome back. We're going to deep dive on fishing a little bit more today. Talk about hotspots a little bit more than we have. Talk about locations that are convenient. I am going to talk about one of my favorite hotspots here in the salty marshes. So since this is salty marshes, as it says, this is actually a saltwater fishing hotspot. So you're nowhere near the ocean. So this is a really great place to come and fish. You want to get saltwater fish without having to run to the edge of the water, anything like that. Let me back up a bit because I'm not hitting the spot as I need to. So we're going to get a little bit more into like how to reel in larger fish. So let's actually change our bait to see what exactly else we can pick up here. We're looking at saltwater bait. What's a large booth? There we go. Use the worms. So we're going to try and catch something a little more rare that would potentially be harder to reel in. But as you can see there, it's going red pretty quick. What I like to do is just left click and reel. Give it a second to rest and just keep that up, keep that method up. The left click, reel a second or two, and then let it go. Try and keep it in the green color and don't go so much into orange. As you can see, if we hit orange, since this is a much larger fish, it goes through orange really quickly and then straight to red and can break a little quicker than you think. I've even noticed at times I reel and I stop reeling, but there's so much tension on the line that the fish still snaps the line even though you're not actually actively reeling in. So you need to be careful of things like that. But again, so hotspot fishing, another great tip here. Hotspot fishing is the best fishing you can do in the game. I would really not advise to fish anywhere but hotspots. If you do fish in open water, meaning no hotspot, you always need to long cast as far as possible so you get the far cast bonus. And that bonus of going far cast will give you a similar chance to catch really good fish like a hotspot, but you have to hit that long cast every time. So I prefer hotspots with large bait or even no bait depending on your fishing equipment. If you have good enough fishing equipment, you won't need anything bait-wise. So that's pretty cool. And let's cast one more time. And if you're catching something that you don't necessarily want to catch, even if it is a hotspot, I advise just right-clicking and breaking the line. You don't waste your time reeling it in, especially if it's something much larger. See, we're doing that left click to stutter, reel it in as we go, just to make sure we don't break the line. At the end, I'll bring it in quickly. No, a snapper. Okay, so. But keep these things in mind as you fish. Make sure to always take your time in the hotspots. Don't worry if you lose something. They tend to last a long time, the hotspots do. The level ones especially, I've noticed last 30 to 50 casts, 30 to 50 catches. So another good piece of advice, save your squid, your clams, your snails. When you get wrapped up into the fishing quest later on, it will require all of these at different times. So make sure you have those. Just throw them in your storage shed. Forget about them. When you get to that fishing quest, you can come withdraw them. And instead of having to spend all your time fishing, you can just... Those will count, and you can immediately like break the squid down for the ink sac if you need to. Same with the clams and the snails. You can get the bait that you need to turn in those quests. For fishing, you're going to need the workshop. Preferably a workshop tier 3 or 4, especially for in-game. But this is where you'll go to see the fishing poles. So as you can see, the wooden fishing pole is here with the flint tools. Very easy to make. The treated wood fishing pole, still very easy to make, and it's the tier 2. The tier 3 would be the aged wood fishing pole, which is the one I have currently. And as you can see, the bonuses really start to pick up here. I have 2 very distinct bonuses there. So line strength in saltwater and cast distance during daytime. Very cool things to have. And you can even have like ability to not even need to use bait anymore. Like you can get such good bonuses on the fishing poles. So let's go a little further down and see if we can see the next level. Yeah, I think it would be the wordwood fishing pole. Yeah, that's the tier 4. That's at rank 100, and it requires the wordwood planks, etc. That one's really nice. And I believe there's one more after that. Yeah, because you have the ironwood fishing pole, which is tier 5. Then I think that's it, but there's even a fishing pole reward that you'll get from doing the fishing quest, and that one's actually really good too. Like comparable, I think, to a tier 3 or tier 4. So you need the workshop for fishing poles. You can make the early rank one pretty easily. And another nice piece of advice is not many people know this. So make 10 or 15 and throw them on the auction house. I normally sell them for 20 gold a piece. I sell 4 or 5 a day currently. As far as finding hotspots for fishing, that's pretty much as simple as looking at the map. And we'll zoom in on this hotspot here. Can't really see it there because it's in a big zone already, but hotspots have a very unique honeycomb shape on the map. Should be one over here, so you'll know where they are even if you haven't visited them yet. So around, yeah, there. See this right here? This is a dock, and then that's a hotspot. Now all these are also viewable. There's a few third-party apps that show everything, like every resource, every fishing node, etc. But if you're like me and you don't necessarily like using those apps, it feels a little cheaty, then you can kind of just zoom around the map and find those fishing hotspots. And we'll also look at the one up here. I think it's Restless Shore, or no, Weaver's Fin. This was another favorite of mine over here, the dock here, and this is a hotspot. Then even just up the way a little bit, there's another hotspot right there. Then coming back down this way to Cutlass Keys. See, there's actually quite a few in Cutlass Keys too. Look here. Along the coastline out here, there's one right there. Gets down on this busted ship. This is a tier 3. This is one that I go to a lot. One other somewhere along the coastline. I'm not sure where. Oh yeah, there it is right there. So as you can see, I've been to the hotspots a lot. But just look for that nice distinct honeycomb shape. If you're not wanting to use any apps or third-party anything, just look for that honeycomb shape on the map. You'll be able to find most of the hotspots. Alright, and as far as post-fishing, like what do you do with all the fish you have? As you can see here, most can be salvaged. Some can be salvaged for better stuff, like this swordfish. Salvage this down and you get a lot of fish oil. We got 10 from that. So you're going to want to salvage most things down into usable resources. You can just store the fish and cook with the whole fish as well, but it actually is much better when you salvage them and get all the fish fillets that you need. Then there's some things that will salvage into bait, and then you saw the tadpole salvaged into a life moat. So after you're done fishing for the day, make sure to take the time to salvage all of your fish down. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging around for the tips and tricks for fishing. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with your buddies, and I hope to see you in the live streams. Y'all take care and enjoy.